Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about the recent decision of replacing Bangladesh with Scotland. So, uh, if we want to look at the developments, what was happening? So, India first kicked out Mustafizur Rahman from IPL because many of Indian general public, were protesting against the inclusion of Mustafiz in IPL. And why are they protesting? Because there is a claim that many Hindu people are being persecuted in Bangladesh, and that is why no Bangladeshi can play in the IPL. So that was the reason, and that is why India kicked out Mustafiz for political reason. Like, Mustafiz was not responsible for the work of some extremist in Bangladesh, but India decided, okay, we don't care. Let's kick Mustafiz out and appease our people. Okay, they have done it, but when you kick out a player of Bangladesh because of this political reason, so typically what Bangladesh can do. So they said that if our one player is not safe because of this increasing anti-Bangladesh sentiment in India, so obviously Bangladesh cannot go to play in India, and that is why they are looking for other venues outside of India where it will be safe for not only for cricketers but also for supporters, staff, and everyone. So, in all perspective, like, I don't want to argue that it was a wrong decision by India, because there is actually a lot of protest going on against Mustafiz, against why a Bangladeshi player will play in IPL, and Indian government had to listen to their people. So if Indian government has decided, okay, we cannot have a Bangladeshi player in IPL, then it is obviously understandable that our team is not safe in such a country where there is a lot of anti-Bangladesh hatred. And for that reason, even just one player of Bangladesh cannot play in the IPL. So how can our players can feel safe to play in India? So this is clear, but the problem is, like, it is a issue of ego of India. Like, they want to say that we are superpower, we are bigger country, we control ICC. So what they have done, they have kicked out a Bangladeshi, Mustafizur Rahman, and second, they are trying to say Bangladesh must come in India. Like, it's like a bullying strategy against Bangladesh. So, because of those tension, there had many instances where Bangladeshi people are not getting visa, and there will be a lot of journalists who will try to go to India to cover those matches. So again, those journalists will face problems. So India knows all that, like, because there is an anti-Bangladesh sentiment among the Indian people. But despite knowing that, just to protect their ego, they were adamant that Bangladesh cannot play outside of India, because Sri Lanka has a lot of venues. Bangladesh could have played in any of those venues. So it was just not a logistic issue, it was just an issue of ego. Okay, so initially the talk was that if Bangladesh refused to play in India, the matches will be forfeited. So I want to show what happened in past, like when a country said that we do not feel safe to play in that country and it was not resolved. What happened? So let's look at the 95-96 World Cup. So if you look at Sri Lanka and Australia, you'll see no match happened here. Again, if we scroll down again and again, you will find that there's another match in Sri Lanka that West Indies did not play. In both cases, Sri Lanka got free points, which helped them to get to the next round. But I do not want to talk about that. But the thing is, no one told that, hey, Australia and West Indies, because you are not playing in those matches, we'll invite some other country to play those matches in Sri Lanka. So again, let's look at 2023 World Cup. Similar thing happened. Like, if we look at here, England refused to play in Zimbabwe. So that is why Zimbabwe got points and England had to forfeit that match. Again, if we look at here, New Zealand denied to play in Kenya, and that is why New Zealand, did not get any point, and Kenya got 2 points because New Zealand forfeited the match. So if we consider even those examples, then the obvious last solution would have been that, okay, Bangladesh has to forfeit those 4 matches which are to be played in India, and all the other countries will get free point. But see what ICC has done. They have replaced Bangladesh with another country who did not qualify to play in the country. So in this World Cup is a bigger one, but still Scotland was not able to qualify in the World Cup. And now, instead of following this pattern, what ICC was doing, that they are replacing Bangladesh with another country. See the level of insult. So if we consider what are the level of insult, first insult, that no Bangladeshi player can play in IPL. That was the first insult. Second insult is, no, Bangladesh's matches cannot be removed from India to other countries, though India and Pakistan both enjoyed the privilege of moving all the matches to other country. Like for India, the matches were moved into UAE, and in this very World Cup, Pakistan's matches have been moved to Sri Lanka. So similarly, the easier solution would have been to allow Bangladesh to play in Sri Lanka. So you can say that there will be financial losses. There can be talk about that, but it was possible. But if it was, like, for example, we are accepting that in no way it was possible to shift those matches, then what should have been the solution? The solution should have been that Bangladesh will forfeit those matches, and all the other countries in that group will get the free points. Okay, that should have been the worst solution. But India didn't stop there. What they are doing, they are replacing Bangladesh with another country who failed to qualify in this World Cup. So see the level of insult. ICC's, India, ICC, they're just, synonyms at this point. So India was not satisfied just by kicking Mustafizur out, not just by not letting Bangladesh to play outside India, that they must play in India, and then if you don't play the India, we won't even allow those forfeited match thing. We would replace you with another country who failed to qualify in the World Cup. See the level of insult. So honestly, I think that ICC has failed to act as an international body. They are just being a bootlicker of India. Like it is not a joke anymore that ICC is Indian Cricket Council. It is just what it is. That ICC is ICC has laid down itself so much that the term International Cricket Council should not be applied to such a institute like ICC, who is just licking the boot of India. I think any kind of self-respecting cricketing nation should say that we will not be part of this Indian hegemony. So I think Pakistan is saying about boycotting World Cup, and I think all the other countries who fought against Scotland to secure the place also should say that, okay, we will not play in the World Cup. Let 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th team to come here. Like, is it a joke? Like, what is going on here? Like, I understand that Indian perspective, like they do not want that shame that a country like Bangladesh has refused to play in their country. But what about Australia, England, like New Zealand? Like, do not they have any kind of self-respect to see how how terrible thing is happening here? Why are not? So if Australia is protesting against no women team of Afghanistan, why Australia is failing to protest against such behavior of India against Bangladesh? I think the time has come to actually question whether ICC is capable of being an international council for cricket. I think it is now clearly a board which is, leaning towards India, and they didn't stop just not making Bangladesh forfeit that match. Imagine the insult. They actually replaced Bangladesh with another country. Like, imagine what kind of insult it is on Bangladesh. Like, this is not acceptable, and I think any self-respecting cricketing nation should think about how ICC should be there, and what should be, like, should this be going on, like India will be controlling everything and everyone just will be slave of India. Like, what is going on here? So I just want to point out this, like how ICC is just being a bootlicker of India in this scenario. So thank you for listening to my talk. Thank you.